Welcome to my video on how I magnetize the new Space Marine Scouts with options for both Kill Team and Warhammer 40k. For Kill Team, you can take 1 Sergeant and 8 Scouts, consisting of 1 Sniper, 1 Hunter, 1 Tracker, 2 Heavy Gunners, and 3 Warriors. I suggest making your 10th Scout a Sniper for 40k use. For 40k, you can take 1 Scout Sergeant and 4 to 9 Scouts. This can also be split into 2 smaller squads, each with a Sergeant and 4 Scouts. So first we must decide which of our 10 Scouts we keep static and which we magnetize. The less we have to magnetize the better, as our spare parts are limited. The quick answer is to keep the special or unique Scout static and to magnetize the standard Warriors and to create a spare Sergeant. Let's start with the Snipers. In Kill Team you're only allowed to have 1, but for 40k you can have 1 Sniper for every 5 Scouts. With the power of math, we can figure out we can have 2 Snipers. Next will be the Heavy Gunners. We'll make one using the Heavy Bolter and the other using the Missile Launcher. Our main limitation with this kit are the number of shoulder pads included. There aren't quite enough to make every possible combination, even if we do use the special Sergeant shoulder pads as extras. For another Kill Team only model, there's the Scout Hunter. He has a cool grappling gun that's not really in the 40k rules, but he still does have a combat knife. Next will be the Sergeant. We will definitely need 1, but if we want 2 5-man squads, we will need to figure out how to build a second spare Sergeant. If we take a look at the instructions on Step 2, Option D, we can use the same Sergeant torso to make a Scout Tracker, which is also for Kill Team. So the Scout Tracker has an Auspex tool and bolter in his left arm, but if we magnetize it, we can let him equip the chainsword and he can act as our second Sergeant. And that's it for all the unique models. The only remaining ones are the 3 Scout Warriors. We have 1 torso left over from Step 5 and the 2 torsos from Step 6. To keep things as simple as possible, I only made it so that they can switch between their Boltguns and Shotguns. The only magnets I used in this project are 2 by 1 mm magnets, and they go into the wrists or elbows. You don't have to magnetize the shoulders like I did on some of them, but that made the posing a lot easier. Be sure to create a small pilot hole as centered as possible on where you're going to drill, and use a 2 mm drill bit. Magnet polarity is critical to ensure this works. Make sure you remember which side of the magnets you're sticking to each other. Two Scouts left for Step 6. Now if we do a shoulder pad check, we find out we don't have enough to magnetize everything. Going back to Step 2 and using the shotgun bolt gun configuration for the Sergeant torso, we actually have enough shoulder pads to magnetize for both of these Scouts. As you can see on part A29, that arm can remain the same, while parts 30 and 31 will be the different guns. Now this isn't the only way to magnetize your Scouts. I did have to give up on using the close combat weapons and just stick to the shotguns and bolters. Perhaps when the actual Scout kit comes out, we'll have plenty of extra parts to be able to do way more configurations than just these. Something to remember is, although they are named as different parts, the shoulder pads seem to be interchangeable. So that's how I was able to magnetize my Scouts for both Kill Team and 40k. I really recommend magnetizing your figures if possible. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Maybe in the future I'll create a much more detailed video on how exactly to magnetize. If you're interested in that, please let me know. Thank you for watching my video. If this proved useful to you, please be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more.